In this video, I will show you how to add a Telegram chat to your Wix website quickly and easily. The first thing that we need to do is open up Elfsight. This is the tool that we will be using to build the widget, and I've linked it in the description below. Go ahead and click on that link and it will take you straight over to this page. This link also ensures that everything connects properly when we embed it. From here, just enter your email into this box to sign up for free, and then on this next page, create your password. Just like that, we are signed up and ready to go. Now from here, once you are signed up to Elfsight, what we want to do to access the Telegram widget that we need is we just go up here to this search widgets bar, and in here we can search for Telegram. So we can type this in and then the Telegram chat is going to be the top one that appears. So we can go ahead and click into this. And then it's going to give us a bunch of different templates in here with all sorts of different things like sales, onboarding, feedback. Honestly, this is all noise. All of these are completely customizable. The colors, the images, what this text actually says. So to all start out on the same point, let's click here on general. This is the one that we want to start off with. So we can select this and then click continue with this template. And in here, in connect, this is now where we want to add in our Telegram link or username. So with this, you can either add your username, you can add your Telegram channel, essentially whatever you want people to be able to message on Telegram. I'll just use the example that they give here, which is Durov, the founder of Telegram. So this is going to be his Telegram username. We can enter that in and we can even test if this is working by clicking on chat on Telegram on the preview right here. And this is going to take us over to his Telegram where we could go through and message him. So that is all working. Perfect. Now we can go in and start customizing how this is going to look. So firstly, we can go down to content. We can change this bubble icon right here on what is shown, but I wouldn't really recommend this because this is already the Telegram logo. But we could go in, upload our own image from our computer, or choose from one of these icons in the library. But as I said, this is already Telegram, so we don't want to do this. Then we can add some bubble text if we would like to. So we could maybe say messages or messages on Telegram, whatever we want to add in here. Next, we can go to the chat window. So this is the chat window right here. First of all, we can of course change the picture that is going to show up. So we can click on this button right here to replace, and then we can upload our own file and add in our own image to this. Then we can go down to the name and we can change the name that is in here. So my company is called Roxbox. So let's go Roxbox support. For the caption, this is the caption right here. We can go in and change what this says. So we have a few options here. We can either just have this saying online. We can choose from one of these reply times right here, or we can add our own custom message and type out what we want this to say. So we can enter that right there. Then of course, we can also change this welcome message that is going to appear when somebody clicks into this. So we can go through, delete what is in here and type out our own welcome message. And then we also have this chat button at the bottom, the one that's actually going to take them over to Telegram. We can change what this says, and we can also choose whether we show this icon. Next, we can come down to settings, and in here, we can change things like the position. So with the position, we can choose if this is a floating bubble, if this is an embedded bubble, embedded into a certain section, or an embedded chat window. And for something like Telegram chat, I highly recommend going to a floating bubble, unless you have like a specific need not to. Unless you already know that you don't want to use this, go for a floating bubble because this is just the right kind of layout for this widget. We can then choose the alignment. Now, once again, I wouldn't recommend putting this in the center. It's either going to be left or right. It just depends on your website and depends on your preference. And then leave the vertical and horizontal offset as they are. They are already perfect. From here, we can then go into things like the chat display settings, where we can choose what pages this is going to be shown on, what devices this is going to be shown on, what visitors this is going to be shown to. And we can even set like specific dates and times where this is going to show, and then times where this isn't going to show as well. We also have open chat triggers, so we can choose the triggers that is going to open the chat like this. So this can be as soon as somebody loads onto the page. if they're on page for a specific amount of time, if they're on the site for a certain amount of time, if they've scrolled a certain amount, or even if they go to leave the website. We can open this up right here. And then we also have this notification, which is essentially just this little red dot that looks like they have a notification in here. So we can turn this on or off, but it's always better to leave this on. Then finally, we can go into the appearance. And in here, this is where we can customize the colors and the fonts. So we can go up to the font and we can choose from any of these fonts right here that we would like to change this to. We can then change things like the bubble background color. We can change the bubble icon color, the notification badge color, all of these different colors in here you can edit. We can choose if we want this animation. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but it's kind of like a ripple animation. We can turn this on or off. We can choose the animation interval. But once you have that all set up and we are now ready to add this button to Wix, all we have to do is click on publish up here. And then Elfsight is going to take us over to this screen and it's going to ask us to choose from one of these plans. Now, I recommend starting out on this free plan as this will allow us to get everything set up for free. And then with these paid plans, if you want access to more widgets or more website views, you can upgrade to one of these later down the line once we've already added this to the site. So right now, we just want to select this free plan. And then from here, it's now going to give us this piece of code that we can use to add the Telegram chat to Wix. So all we are going to do is copy the code to copy this to our clipboard. And then we can go over to our Wix website editor. And in here, we just want to go over to add elements on this left-hand side. It's then going to open this add elements dropdown. So from here, we just go all the way down to embed code and click on this. And this is the one that we want, embed HTML. So we can add this to the site and it's going to add in this HTML widget. So we click into this box right here, paste in the code that we just copied from Elfsight and click on update. Just like that, we are now going to get this Telegram bubble in here. So we can go ahead and move this to the right or the left, depending on where you want this set up. We drop this in and then very important, you see this square around this. We want to drag this all the way up here and all the way out to the side, maybe around here. That's more than enough room. And the reason that we do this is so when people click on this and it opens up like the entire chat box, it has enough room to actually show. So once we have this, the last thing that we need to do is just right click on the bubble and pin to screen. Then for the horizontal and vertical offset, we will set this to 0 because it already has offset that we created when creating the widget. So just set this to 0, exit out of this. And the reason that we pin this to screen is so that this is now going to follow us around the website as we scroll. So just like that, it's now added. We can click in here to preview and just test this out. And just like that, that is how you can add a Telegram chat to your Wix website.